Wonder what happened to the person that was watching the episode the whole time.
Hello, everybody. My computer crashed. So we're back. We're back live streaming. Please, if you've lost the stream, please go to this one. I don't know if you'll see it online if anybody's watching, and if we lost everybody.
Derek, did you invite someone? No.
Okay.
No,
well,
and I forgot to share your post.
Okay, well, if you're seeing this in the future and you watch part 1, and you're like, hey, this ended weirdly, go to part 2.
Pete's face exploded.
Hope to see you here.
Pete, you froze, and I was like, that's not going to go well.
No, so
we just thought you didn't want to move.
It didn't my computer didn't freeze and then suddenly flash a blue screen. It rolled down from the top. It was like, I'm like, why is my screen slowly turning blue? I was like, this is really bad.
Oh no!
I was like, oh no.
All right,
wait, we just got another watch, so that must have been you, John.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
in the studio.
No. We now have 2 watching watching the live stream.
Yeah, well, welcome everyone. Good to see you.
Okay,
we're back.
It was the same person.
We're sorry. I'm glad that you found part 2.
For continuity's sake, we're going to restart question 2. So I'm just going to reread it, and we're going to talk about it again. So this is the second question of the show, everyone. In 2023, the Washington Commanders finished 4-13, 1 year removed from mediocrity. With new management, a new head coach, and a brand new quarterback, they finished the season 12-5 and are in the divisional round of the playoffs. So Jaden Daniels threw 2 touchdown passes to lead his team to win Sunday, joining just 3 other quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Mark Sanchez, and Joe Flacco, as the only rookie quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era to win a road playoff game. So how do we think the Commanders are going to fare against a tough Detroit Lions? And is Jaden Daniels a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year?
Shoo-in, yes.
Definitely.
Oh, I mean, I think for sure. I think, and I know it's not supposed to matter, but I think at him winning an exciting game in the wild card round and Bo Nix losing in kind of depressing fashion, honestly, impacts those votes.
One looked like a rookie and one did not, right?
Yeah, one looked like a rookie and one did not.
Yep.
So I think that matters. But do we think that they have a shot against the Detroit Lions?
Slim.
I mean, they have a puncher's
anything
chance.
is. Yeah. So is Detroit's defense still kind of compromised? I know. I forget their pass rusher, who's their best
Aaron
player,
Glenn's
is still out.
Yeah, that's Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes.
Yep.
Hutch got his leg snapped. So this is snapped.
He's done for the year.
Play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Really?
Hutch is going to be back for the Super Bowl?
They're saying if they make it to the Super Bowl,
there is a chance.
That's very risky.
You're telling me there's still a chance.
Detroit loves Aiden Hutchinson. He is an incredible professional athlete.
Well, I mean, and Aaron Glenn's strategy is I'm just going to send everybody and see if you can stop us.
Stop the blitz.
Now, Jaden Daniels is a smart guy. He seems to be the total package. Not only has he got all these physical gifts, but he can break down a defense and make smart decisions, quick smart decisions. Yep. So, I think they're a 9.5 point favorite when I looked at it today, which seems a little high. But I think it's
a little high.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit closer than that. But I mean, Detroit is probably still going to win this.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Ertz looks good.
Yeah.
You got Scary Terry,
Scary Terry. Finally has a quarterback that can throw to him, right?
Yep.
He is hungry, Scary Terry. He's like, this is really nice. This is really nice. I'm very good at catching footballs.
Yeah, he's at a good part of his career for this too, because it's like he's old enough to be very wily and smart and play fast without overthinking, but he's not so old to where he's losing speed. He's still quick.
Oh yeah.
It's prime of his career right there. I'm really impressed with Zach Ertz, honestly. We were talking about Bobby Wagner being an ageless wonder, and Derrick Henry too at 32. Ertz is up
Zach
there too.
Zach Ertz reborn on the Washington Commanders. I thought he was done.
Me too.
Yep.
Now, and just to go over, and we were talking about it before the break, Jaden Daniels in the fourth quarter has a 71% passing percentage, over 1,000 yards. That is 500 yards above any other quarter that he is statted on NFL.com. And he has, wait for it, 11 fourth quarter touchdowns.
Wow.
That is bananas,
Yeet.
by the way. That is yeet, yes.
Yes.
For sure, fully yeet. 2 for you, Pete.
Wow.
I'll update the counter right now.
I hope that's not what crashed us.
I
That's
probably why
the
it
problem.
crashed.
It's the yeet counter.
I
yeah.
think
Yep.
Can't
that
handle the yeets.
of the teams in the NFL, and I'm a Giants fan, so I'm looking for other teams to root for. I think the Lions and the Commanders are really. I think the Lions and the Commanders are really exciting. Really, very, really, very exciting. So it's going to be a very cool game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited
Second
for
best
it.
game, I think.
What do we think the final's going to be?
The final
Oh.
score, 97-94. I mean, like,
so Lions.
They're already scoring.
Game.
The Lions
They're
are gonna
already
get.
scoring.
The Lions are gonna get
Say
over 30 points.
34,
I mean, honestly,
34,
30,
17.
37-34, 37-30, something
Yep.
high, something
Yep.
crazy like that.
The over
In the
under is
30s.
55.5.
Wow.
I mean, that's
Wow.
not.
55.5. That's essentially each team scoring 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not too crazy. I mean, that is high, but
No, they'll score
I
more
guess
than
that is pretty
Dan
high.
Campbell, Dan Quinn. They both got,
I actually.
Quinn-
ones.
No, so here's a question, and
Okay.
I think it's part of the question about this team. How much of a difference did the new management that came in, bought the team,
Oh, huge.
invested a ton in it, and then
Complete culture change.
Dan Quinn coming in and a complete leadership culture change,
Yep.
and then like choosing Jaden Daniels, investing in Brian Robinson, getting Zach Ertz, getting Bobby Wagner. I mean, a lot of really good moves this season.
Oh, yeah.
That team was like Munchkinland when the Wicked Witch of the East died. They were all jumping for joy and singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is dead."
Dan Snyder, yeesh.
No yeet.
No yeet.
So before we're done, what
I'm
crazy
not
shit is
adding
Dan
any
Campbell
because
going to
of
do
that.
in the divisional round? Are we going to get an offensive lineman touchdown?
Ooh.
Oh, I think
we-
without a doubt.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yep. If they're on the 2, oh, yeah. Big man scoring.
Maybe Jared Goff will throw a left-handed touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Sonic
Double-
will throw the knuckles.
Double backflip touchdown pass.
Catch all the rings,
Yes.
They'll bring
Rings
actual
all over the
rings.
field.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Actual rings.
Oh my god, I'm actually surprised I haven't seen that on the internet yet. Someone has on David Montgomery or a Ymir Gibbs run, just put rings on the field.
Do you know they walked in line with the Sonic movie when it came out? They walked in with people dressed as Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, really?
They did.
Yeah, I was watching Good Morning Football, and David Montgomery won so many scepters or whatever for their little thing they pick. I'm just like, damn.
Oh yeah,
Won,
yeah,
4 this year.
He's always run tough.
Oh, yeah.
The funny
He's
part
amazing.
is, it's I remember early in his career, was he drafted by the Jaguars originally? Then he was in
Mark,
the Bucks for a while.
Mark, do you remember that
Then
time you were playing me in the
Chicago.
fantasy playoffs and he got hurt and he didn't play?
No, he started. I'm sorry, he started on Chicago, and I think he went to the Bucks. I don't remember. He's kind of bounced
was
around,
sad.
but
That was really good.
early on,
To
I
be
remember.
fair, even with
To
a
be
healthy
fair.
Monty, you would have won.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I remember his rookie season or second year, even fantasy prospects and things were saying he's being mismanaged, he's being overworked, and there's going to be no tread left on those tires. And that was how many years ago now? Montgomery's been in the league a while. He was.
He was on the Bears for a while.
Yeah.
Da Bears.
Yeah.
He's 4.
I mean, he's
7th
not.
season, maybe?
He's not old, but he's not. He's not young either. He's maybe 6th, 7th season.
It doesn't matter. We're at time.
Doesn't matter. But look at what he's doing. It's just impressive.
Time.
Anyway, I think the Lions are going to beat the Commanders kind of handily, though. I got to go against you guys.
He's 27 years old.
Tight game.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's it.
I mean, the Lions win. The Lions win for sure.
Lions
but
win
tight
by
game.
Lions win
I
by
think
2
I thought he was gonna be
touchdowns.
30.
I think they play
I
tight.
thought.
I think they lose by 1 touchdown.
I'm gonna go 31-27 Lions.
I like that.
42
I like
to
that.
24.
Oh no, they're gonna
34-17.
they're gonna get their asses kicked.
34-17.
That's a
Wow.
that's a blowout too. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I
It's just
think.
the Lions always too good.
Yeah, especially at home.
Really,
Yeah.
really good.
All right.
Really good. You got to beat those fuckers in the playoffs, Pete.
Well, Eminem's going to be there as well, so,
Eminem's gonna be
That's
there.
true. The M&M factor.
He was there last year, though.
The Bills kept up with them.
Rams.
The Bills
And the
had them
Rams
up
won.
by 3 scores when they played them in the regular season.
Yep.
No Gibbs, though. Or no Montgomery, that is. No
No
Montgomery.
Montgomery, but I mean, it did
It
like
matters.
Yeah, he matters. Oh yeah, no, the Lions are definitely healthier, but so are the Bills.
When your bang back isn't there,
the Bills were missing 2 or 3 defensive. Actually, the Bills were missing 3
All right, guys, we
secondary
have to move
starters.
on.
Okay, sorry. All right, next topic.
You can do what you want. You can do. It's the next topic.
Little in living color. Thank you,
A
sir.
little living color.
Nice.
So it was announced that this year's NCAA basketball tournament on the women's side will be paid just like their male counterparts. Now, there are some discrepancies still, as the conferences will get paid in units, depending on their finishes in the tournament. Now, last year, a unit for the men equated to $2 million. And this year, a unit for the women will be almost $114,000. So it is expected to grow more than $10 million in total by 2028, but the total pot for the men is estimated to be over $200 million. So while we're not exactly experiencing equity, it's still a start, as most people would agree. So everyone, what are our thoughts on the NCAA finally agreeing to pay the women in addition to the men for the college basketball tournament?
You know, I think it's a good thing.
it's
Yeah.
about time. Yeah.
Yeah, this shouldn't have to be some extraordinary news story. It should just be what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
But so I'm glad we're there.
And what's
mean-
kind of awful is they've been paying the men for 2 years already, and this is the first year that they're paying the women. I don't know why that was a thing, especially 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when the women had to put on social media like their shitty ass accommodations that compared to the men.
Oh
The training
yeah, I
room.
forgot
Yep,
about that.
It was terrible. Oh,
Damn.
And like they had like PB&J sandwiches for their food.
Damn.
They should
definitely
pay
looks
them.
bad.
I mean, like, this is one of those things, like, yes, they should always be paid. Yes, they should make more money. Next topic. I mean, what are we going to talk about?
Well,
I mean, we can talk about
I'm
talk
curious
about
what you guys think
Unrivaled.
about the
Unrivaled is cool.
I
Yeah,
guess-
they should make more
I'm
money.
curious what you. I mean, do you think the discrepancy in pay is? I mean, it has to do with the ad revenue, right, and the TV revenue.
Money.
Sure.
Obviously.
I mean,
At the end of the day, the men's game makes more money. Is that fair? No. Is it
Sure.
equitable? No, but it does.
It just happens
but I mean,
to be
this can
reality.
promote, equal opportunity
think-
or something like that.
I think
Yeah,
that
I
the
mean-
NBA and just to talk about it in a really broad sense, I think that the NBA is invested and the players are invested. So the unions are working together in making the WNBA work. And when the WNBA doesn't make money, the NBA pays for it, and that's fine for now. I think the WNBA is growing exponentially. I think that Unrivaled is going to make a shitload of money comparatively. I think it's going to make more money than the WNBA, honestly, because it has better TV coverage. It has cooler players.
That's Saudi Arabia, right?
No, Unrivaled is literally owned by WNBA players. They,
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna. be
it's not a Saudi league.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
it was that.
It is hard to grow a new sports league. MLS has been around for 15 years and it still hasn't hit in America, right?
more than 15 years.
I mean, like
Yeah,
MLS
maybe.
still hasn't figured it out.
Yeah.
Sports is a fickle bitch. It matters. It does. It's a
I
fickle
want
bitch.
that on a T-shirt.
Who
Fickle bitch.
who watches and how much money it makes? I mean, like Pete loves hockey, right? I don't really give a shit.
Well,
and
I don't know, I'm kind of more disgruntled about it now because the Sabres have sucked for like decades.
And I mean, like, when
But,
you think about it, the best hockey players,
That is a true fact.
I was late to that.
they don't make any
Okay.
money comparatively to the best NBA players, the best NFL
the
players,
best hockey
the best
players make like $10 million.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
10-5.
I remember the
Which
Sabres
is-
signed
which is-
Eichel to like a 10 million a year, 8-year deal, and everyone was just like,
which there are probably 30 NBA
Yeah.
players that make at least $60 million.
oh yeah. I mean,
right.
That's
So,
a
like,
little bit of exaggeration.
when you think
Right.
about
It
it,
isn't.
if you take, I mean, and you shouldn't take the equity out of the picture because the equity matters. But if you take the equity out of the picture, the WNBA still just isn't really watched enough. The NCAA still just isn't really watched enough, and it sucks that it's not because it's a better game. The players work just as hard. They deserve money.
So I don't know if you guys picked this up in my little intro here, but the money does not go to the school. The money goes to the conference, and the conference gets to allot the money however they see fit.
Ooh.
Isn't that also a fickle bitch there, John?
That sounds
Same thing with the men?
Same thing with the men.
Okay.
Okay.
At least
That
it's the
is
same
that is
for
the
both.
same thing with the men. But
I just read I read an article today
is a little weird, though.
that NIL and the profitability of NCAA sports throughout is creating a real have-not situation. And the thing that we said was going to happen, and every sports analyst in the whole world said was going to happen, is happening. Like, just teams are good and teams are bad, and it's the ones that have the most money because obviously that's the way it works.
Miami just paid for Beck. What do you pay?
Yeah.
What do you get? Like $2 million?
Hmm?
Yeah.
He's also dating one of the sisters that plays for Miami basketball. So
Never mind that.
Interesting.
Didn't the Capital Twins retire?
But NC State was a surprising Final Four team
Yep.
last year, and they ended up getting the conference like $30 million or something like that. That's potentially not going back to NC State.
So they're just building up the conferences then?
No, I mean the governing boards are like
Conferences
that.
are just as corrupt as the
Right.
governing boards and whatnot. So
Yeah. All right.
in a lot of respects, NC State should get that money, and they should. Hopefully, they would not necessarily apply it to like just the basketball program because all sports need money. This is the number one thing that I'm afraid of with doing this with basketball and for football is that the other sports like lacrosse, softball, track and field, the ones that don't really make a lot of money are going to go away, I think, and that's going to be bad.
Albany has a professional lacrosse team. Shut the fuck up. That's how bad professional lacrosse is, by the way. Albany has a team.
What are they called?
Firehawks?
It's a cool name, though.
Yeah.
Firehawks, maybe?
Let's take an awesome bird and add fire to it.
All right, sing me a song, Mark. We are out of time, my friend. We're gonna talk about basketball.
Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to the next topic, please?
Holy falsetto, first of all. And second of all, that has to be on the TikTok like reel of previewing the episode.
Oh yeah. It was out of this world.
Wow.
Do you guys remember Sesame Street? Where
Oh,
Elmo was
yeah,
high.
I had that MP3.
Elmo was high.
Yeah, Kermit got high too.
We're so fucked up.
Yep.
You said 4. 4 is not a number. 4 is a word.
I think Big Bird called Kermit Cramit.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah,
Big Bird, did you just call me Cramit? And they just like laugh.
Pete's gonna find it for you guys. All right, we're gonna put it on the website. We digress. All right,
I have it somewhere.
we're gonna stay on basketball, you guys. I wrote a basketball question.
Ooh.
All right, so
Applause for John.
we're gonna talk about the Knicks. Obviously, as you're not surprised.
Oh, so glad you
All right,
guys didn't use that earlier.
New York Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns has a bone chip in his right thumb, along with the sprain. So he got the injury early in the loss to Detroit. Yeah, we lost against Detroit on Monday, but did it in classic Tibbs fashion. He played the whole game, finishing with 26 points, 12 rebounds in 43 minutes. So afterwards, Towns said the injury is what it is. He did not play against the 76ers on Wednesday, as the swelling in his thumb did not go down. So Towns is ranked 3rd amongst Eastern Conference front court players, putting him on track to start in the All-Star game. Do you think Towns can keep up with the 44 minutes per games in the Knicks starter way? Injury aside, why is he playing so much better on the current Knicks team than his 9 seasons with the Minnesota Timberwolves?
He's playing 44 minutes.
Holy crap.
There's only 48 in one NBA game.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Did you know that the top 5 starting 3 in minutes played are on the New York Knicks?
Of course. And what happens at
They're gonna
the
burn
New York
out.
Knicks every play? Yes.
Or
right
that
on the money there.
Or that dude ran seriously cross country
it's
and
all
stuff
right.
in high school and college.
How come Tibbs does not learn?
We burnt out in the playoffs last year. It's fine. We'll make it.
Tibbs does not learn.
He doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. He doesn't know how.
Wow.
Especially considering you lost a little depth by not having John Randall and DiVincenzo, and you got Cat. That's 2 players. Now, granted,
there's no way. The Timberwolves are on fire. Randall and DiVincenzo are having shit ass seasons, and Karl-Anthony Towns is going to start in the All-Star game. I'm not
really just talking about that right now. It's the fact that Randall had a lot of minutes, DiVincenzo had a lot of minutes. You're replacing them with one person. That one person cannot replace starters.
He's so tall.
In terms of minutes.
Mark, he's so tall, though.
Yeah, and he's also hurt, John. He's hurt. And he's been injury prone for most of his career.
That is true. He does know the Tibbs way. I think he signed up for the Tibbs way. I think that at times it has been very good. The Knicks are better than they were last year. And they were good last year, and they're better. I don't know how they're going to keep it up, because if you look at the minutes played on the Knicks, there's 5 guys who play 40 minutes a game, and then there's 3 guys who play 12.
You need at least an 8 to 9 man rotation in the NBA. And those bench players have to get significant minutes. Like, you can't win a championship with your starters playing at least 40 minutes every single game. They tire out by the end of the year. It's an 82-game season. It's like 6 months long. And that's not including the playoffs, where you're battling the best teams and you're getting hit as hard as you can.
All right. The research department came up with these stats. The top 5 players, Mikal Bridges playing 39 minutes a game, actually. Josh Hart playing 37 minutes a game. OG Anunoby playing 36.6 minutes a game. Jalen Brunson playing 35.2. And Karl-Anthony Towns playing 34.7. The next highest guy, Miles McBride.
So who 44 then?
Shut the fuck up. The next highest guy, Miles McBride, playing 23, and the next highest, Precious Achiuwa, playing 18.1. There's some more stuff, but that's less important. That's how they played last year.
And what happened last year?
Just shut the fuck up.
Run them till they can't go anymore.
Run them.
Apparently.
The Tibbs way is, why wouldn't I play my starters? They're my starters. That's who they are.
Because you need more than 5 guys.
Burgers and fries?
Team.
Are you alive? Yeah. Get out there.
Let's back this out a little bit.
Okay.
I would say that the Celtics started very hot, but the Celtics have decided that they're not that interested in winning. But the Cavs are incredibly interested in winning.
The Cavs are hungry. The Cavs are hungry.
So hungry. So I don't know.
We're going to talk about that a little later, by the way.
I don't know how useful it is to be good in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
But
there's no way the Knicks can sustain this. It's not sustainable for the long run. It happened last year. What happened last year, John? Half of their starters were hurt. So Jalen Brunson was like the only guy. He wanted to be all Jalen Brunson, and I think he must have played 46 of the 48 possible minutes every single game. And what happened to him? He eventually died.
Yep.
He did. That is true. I don't know. I don't know what's good for them. I don't know what's not. I do think they're better.
They need to make moves at the trade deadline.
They do.
They need depth.
They need more depth. They sent their G League sensation back down to the G League because he stopped being good.
Wait.
That's the sound that it made. That Tyler Kolek, as of today, averaging 2 points a game in the NBA, is back in the G League. So fuck him.
That is a true fact.
But there's some bright spots. I mean, Cameron Payne is a bright.
Please tell me about your bright spots.
Cameron Payne is a bright spot. Cameron Payne is having a good off the bench season. Hey, you have $1 trillion. You guys have $1 trillion.
I do have $1 trillion roster,
and you're 2 games ahead. So shut the fuck up. 2.
Plus, we lose to Toronto. You know, not a big
Plus, you lose to Toronto.
Oh,
deal. Yep.
started on that.
110.97.
Don't get me started on that, even though we're going to talk about it later in the show. We'd like to thank another fake sponsor.
I was gonna
Elite
say
Cold
that's
Packs.
a slam. That's a slam dunk. We're ending on that.
Yep.
Soothe sore muscles with Elite Cool. Quick relief, maximum comfort. Elite Cool. Chill out. Play on.
I feel like you've done other muscle heat cool treatment.
Yeah.
I pretty
fake
much
sponsors.
I've just
Yeah,
ChatGPT
because-
just keep reusing stuff.
Because
Can
the
we have
sponsors
them-
the fake cool sponsors really like us.
But can we have those two competing products go against each other in some mass marketing blitz?
You should save, Mark. You should save the products as you get them.
Yeah,
so that you
like-
can make them come up with different ads and then like competing ads.
I know, right?
That'd be amazing.
This is the first time I remember that we
Different
have two
Start
products
making
that
fake
could
ads
directly
with
compete.
fake sponsors. All right. Did I do the monkeys one already?
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
I think I did, but I'm gonna do it again. Well, hey, it's next topic. People say we monkey around. We're too busy talking to put anybody down. I'll listen to the next. You can cut out that last part.
I
John.
heard that.
I mean, I won't because it's
Smooth
awesome. but-
operator.
Smooth operator.
And Mark,
All right.
if you want to redo any of your previous ones, now that you have the working
know.
mic set up, then please do.
All right. So we've discussed this on the show, how live streaming is the future of entertainment, and WWE was apparently listening to us, because they listened to the show, obviously, as they
Yeah.
started broadcasting their flagship Monday night show on Netflix. And they did not disappoint with WrestleMania-type matches on the
No,
docket,
we
including
gotta make the noise.
Roman
Pete.
Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, and Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. So, everyone, what do we think of Raw on Netflix?
It's new. I mean,
It's new.
what sucks is we have commercials. Overseas has no commercials.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I read that the other day.
VPNs, baby.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little different. The first
is.
episode was good.
Yeah?
Second,
And the second episode was like a normal Raw, almost.
first one they wanted to make it huge.
Yeah.
You know, get the
blew it up.
Rock,
I mean, they got to get you
the
hooked,
Undertaker.
right?
Yep. It's like any Netflix show. The first one, and you get hooked.
Certified
Yep.
banger.
Yep.
Interesting enough, there was 2.6 million views of the first. I think that was the live views though,
Yeah.
of the broadcast, which is on par to what they were getting on USA. Maybe a little bit of an uptick.
I'm sure a lot of people overseas are watching it more than the
I'm
USA
curious.
I
network.
feel like the
How-
USA pool of viewership is steadily decreasing while Netflix is just huge.
I mean,
and increasing.
I guess in a way, because the Netflix stream has commercials, it doesn't really matter. But I'm curious the amount of revenue they received, like from A versus B, and like if they made a significant amount more money. Like,
I'm sure that's why they have the commercials. Just because, Snickers and Subway and all that.
For sure, it's
Giving them a
supplementing
good
it.
amount of money.
But I bet you they got a
Prime.
lump sum before that too.
Oh,
Espe-
yeah.
especially if they're-
Netflix 100% paid them.
Oh yeah, but like
Oh, yeah. 5
But
billion.
they're still getting ad revenue though. I mean, yeah, the Snickerses and the Slim Jims of the world, they've been sponsors of
yeah.
WWE for a while. I mean, every single
Snap into a Slim Jim.
there's a
Sorry.
sponsor for every single like live premium event now, and they have ads in their ring too.
Yep.
Like,
do they do the
Money.
thing that the NHL does where they have like a generic backboards or like
No.
sides
No,
of the ring and they're able to superimpose whatever ad they want on it digitally?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the future. but
Eventually,
no,
yeah.
these are actually like
LED
Real
board.
ads, yeah.
So Pete, for WWE for many years though, they have superimposed like giant logos of the wrestlers as they come in that aren't actually there as they come in. So,
Okay, yeah, they do that for sometimes like NFL.
they
stats,
haven't
too.
been
You'll
doing
see,
that
like,
as much
the
lately.
giant graphics.
I think it was more of a Vince thing.
that
yeah.
was a Vince thing.
Oh, that was definitely a Vince thing.
Yeah. He
Like,
liked the
oh,
big-
a giant Bianca Belair symbol.
Right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
giant 3D images in the air. They haven't really been
Yeah.
doing those.
I haven't watched in a minute.
Nah.
Jamie goes through waves of her like of the WWE.
I love that she's interested at all, though. That's pretty cool.
She likes everything. She's the coolest chick.
Yeah, she is awesome.
She discovered that she could play Overwatch on the TV, and that's been her current kick.
I love it. She's better than all of us now, I'm sure.
Well, now she's mastering joystick. Now that she has mastered mouse and keyboard.
Oh boy!
But I digress.
Yep, she can kill us with a controller or the mouse and keyboard. Pick your poison.
Mouse and keyboard is hard. Oof.
So that's kind of I guess a corollary of this question. What do we think of the Paul Levesque era so far?
Been good. I think
Yeah,
it's been pretty good. A lot of good matches and different storylines.
So the storylines, I like the fact that a lot of them have multiple layers, right? Like there's one story between these two wrestlers, but then there's this other wrestler that kind of gets involved.
Yep.
They're intertwined.
He's very good at the overarch. I think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Been doing it for so long, you know.
I mean, and right. And I think a lot of his stories when he was wrestling were very good. All the Generation X stories, all the Triple H stories. I mean, they're all really very good. He knows the guys. He's very, like, the best coaches are players, right?
Yep.
And I think that is an example here.
Yep.
So, Pete, that's Triple H,
Yep.
Paul Levesque. And Triple H
I know
was...
of Triple H, yes.
He was a wrestler for a really long time. And
Yeah,
he married into the family. He's married to Vince McMahon's daughter.
Ow.
So
Okay,
D-Lo,
that I didn't know.
They dated on as a story, and then they actually dated in real life. I don't know which one happened first, but so D-Lo, I've always wanted to ask you this question: why are we so drawn to Jey Uso?
I don't know. He just gets the people going, you know?
He does.
Get the
He
people
does.
going, having fun, yeeting.
Yeah.
I'm going to add that to the counter.
It's been. I mean, it's his rise has been. His meteoric rise has been sensational, right? Because he was part of his tag team for so long.
Yeah, and his brother.
There's a running gag. You didn't know which Uso was who, right?
That's very true.
He was finally able to break away from his brother, and he did some stories without his brother for a while too, which I think was helpful. And people are just drawn to him, right? He goes to the crowd for his entrances now.
I think that brings up the question: how does like the alternating of like a face to a heel and a heel to a face help a character? Like the reinvention, like he got reinvented, right? And I think it really helped. And I think maybe
for a little bit.
Maybe it's a marketing decision. Maybe they come up with it themselves. But I think there's so many characters over the years that have like face Roman Reigns, nobody really gave a shit about, right? But heel Roman Reigns, everybody liked. Yeah. And that's why he became so big, because he became a heel.
Right. And I think he just started to do what he
finally
wanted.
learned how to cut a promo.
Right. Probably acting classes and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
So, you got to think, I was going to ask you guys this, like, is there a dedicated writing staff behind this whole thing? I mean, it's not just a couple of people. Like, there's got to be a giant team of people figuring this out and planning way out in the future.
So Paul Levesque is his title in the WWE is Chief Content Officer. So like he is the executive producer, let's say, right? And he comes up, he approves the content, but he does not write all the content. He just approves the content.
Yeah, like there's got to be
people write the content.
There have
There's
to
at
be
least 10
writers.
writers, I'm sure.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
they go back and forth each show.
And I mean, like you look at it, the promos really matter, and the storylines, like the wrestling is such, I mean, it's part of it. It is it, but it's like such a little part of it at this point, because it's all the stuff that connects to the matches.
It's like a movie.
It's like a movie.
So I mean, I think what really helped the Jey Uso character was the fact that when he was in like his last few days of the Bloodline, there were so many layers associated with that character, and not just him, like a lot of people within the Bloodline. It was because there was a part where you want to root for him, but he was still supposed to be a bad guy. So people were booing him, but people love putting up that number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still do.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
You got to acknowledge.
So Pete, there's like a lot of people in the WWE right now that are like distantly related.
Oh yeah,
they're all related. It's
interesting.
very
Okay,
like a lot.
A lot of
there's like
Samoans.
one big Samoan family, and
That's not a lie.
Paul Levesque,
In fact,
Okay.
Dwayne Johnson.
That is a true fact.
They're all on the board of the WWE, and so they had this idea that The Rock was going to come back and he was gonna fight in this last WrestleMania, and he was going to be the main event. But he was like, you know what? I don't think that's what the people want. Oh. So they came up with this like Rock turns bad storyline, which actually was
totally
very
last minute.
It was
very compelling. Like,
I mean, Dwayne Johnson at this point is such a like established actor that he could pull off whatever
he could do whatever.
Yeah.
So he came back and he was like just an ass. He was doing like terrible.
That's
terrible shit.
Wow.
Final boss.
Yeah, and they called him the final boss, and he just was doing terrible shit for like 3 months.
Out of Cody.
That's cool.
Like beating the shit out of Cody.
Beat him with a belt.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of Dwayne Johnson. He's a badass.
Yeah. Big boy.
But
anyone that can eat 7,000 calories of cod a day and deal with that while lifting weights, like, man.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna end on cod.
God. Cod balls.
End on cod.
That's
I mean, we're out of time, and
cod balls.
It's that or fickle balls. Unless we've already used that. John did
we have it.
Fickle bitch balls. That was John.
Fickle bitch balls.
That's the best
I like
one.
both of those.
Fickle bitch balls has got to be that.
All right, we'll sleep on that one.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your next topic's here. You're a pal and a confidant.
And if you threw a party. Sorry.
It's okay.
So being incredibly topical, we have to talk about it. With the US TikTok ban approaching, TikTokers are flocking to RedNote, another Chinese social media platform. Launched in 2013 as a shopping platform, RedNote has grown into one of China's most popular social media platforms, and more than 700,000 users have joined RedNote in just 2 days, according to Reuters. While the number is still just a fraction of the 150 million American TikTok users, the writing seems to be on the wall. So what do we make of the TikTok ban? Isn't there more important things for the American government to worry about? And where are you going to scroll your reels?
So they've delayed the ban. They've delayed the ban for TikTok for now.
Have they really?
They really. There are a couple US people that are like trying to buy it. But do I actually think that the TikTok ban is going to go into effect? I actually don't.
This whole thing is so stupid.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, the thing is, so this is what politicians are thinking right now. I mean, there's a lot of things on their plate right now, but politicians look at certain things and they think it's a quick win for them.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg.
It's something that they can check off their list. It's like, we accomplished this.
What the fuck is a TikTok ban accomplish?
Nothing. You're just pissing off a lot of people, like especially younger generations that use this thing like crazy.
Some people use it for news.
Forget pissing them off. Forget any of that. You're taking like, let's just say 100,000 American entrepreneurs who make all of their money on TikTok. And you're saying,
probably more than that. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yep.
We don't want
they're not.
We don't want your small business to work. We don't want it to work.
If the government got taxed on that income, then they'd be like, "Yes, come on, content."
Okay, so figure that out then. Don't ban the whole stupid thing because you're in a tizzy and can't figure it out.
I mean, I don't even understand the reason. I mean, if you think for 1 second, that you somehow have control over the on-purpose tracking device that you carry in your fucking pocket every day. It's right there, right? Yep. You carry it. You're fucking stupid. Yeah. If you listen to the congressional reviews with tech giants, where Congress is like, how does my
impersonation? Do your impersonation of a senator again.
Yes, please.
Is my information on the internet?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is.
GPS,
it is. You do it on purpose.
Yep.
Everyone knows exactly.
By the
where
way,
you, are.
you need to save that soundbite so we can add to the soundboard.
Yeah. Is my information on the internet? That's
I am not a crook.
They all sound like that.
I know. I don't get it.
I mean, the thought of potentially the Chinese stealing the data. I mean,
They're stealing it.
to be
Of
fair,
course they
they're
are.
doing it already. They're doing
They
it
already
already.
Everyone's
have
doing
it.
the same thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Everybody's and who cares what country's doing it? It's like it's corporations that are international anyway. Like who cares?
They're getting free money from us scrolling.
Yeah, we're all doomed with you know, all of our information being
it's
everywhere
Pete,
anyway.
Fix your internet.
What did I do?
You stopped for like a lot of seconds.
I did? I have 0 drop frames in the stream.
Oh.
Cross your fingers, everybody.
You were buffering a little bit, but your audio was fine.
Okay, let's hope we're still okay.
Swear I'm
I
not that
think
bug.
What were we talking about?
that I think that it's
Squirrel.
hard to critically look at this international decision with anything but disdain.
Yeah, it's pointless.
It just shows
What
how.
I find funny though is the app that they're moving over to is Red Note. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Red Note 2 days ago, this week became the #1 app on the Apple Store.
Yep.
The funnier thing is though, Red Note. First of all, Red Note isn't Red Note in the Apple Store.
What is it?
It's translated to Red Note because it's actually it's a Chinese app. It's literally a Chinese app.
Yeah.
Literally
And-
a Chinese app.
Like Temu, right?
Yeah. So this they're not hiding this one. It's like, yes, the Chinese are definitely stealing your data.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, TikTok is maybe they're stealing our. But I mean, they're
Do you-
They're probably
did
like,
you know that-
screw you. You know?
Did you
They're
know
probably
that the second app on the App Store, another social media platform, another video and picture sharing platform, is owned by ByteDance?
it is
Who
owned by
Who
they're probably
owns owns TikTok? Who is
probably
the
like, oh,
problem?
okay. You want to get rid of TikTok? We'll just set another one up.
But that's that's
right.
the thing, right?
It's a hydra, right? Like
That's the thing.
You kind of
get
head
rid of
off. There's
one,
going to be more
exactly,
that just.
more will
yeah.
will spew out.
It's that algorithm they want, you know? So
That's all they want.
thanks a lot, Zuckerberg.
And people that were working for TikTok will ultimately work for the other platforms.
Tom would never
they're
ask
not
for
going to
any
be
of that.
able. Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
going to be
shout
able.
out
The
to
only
Tom.
thing that they can do, the government really should be able to do, is somehow regulate the data streams, right? And
Yeah.
but even then, how would they do that?
No way. There's no way to do that.
Nope.
But like, okay, let's really think about it very logically. You have passwords and personal pictures and all this personal shit on your phone, right? And you post a dance number to TikTok. Like, they don't get your passwords. It's not
Yeah.
how it fucking works.
Unless you
works.
recite your password during the dance.
Right, unless you recite your password during the dance. Or
that's-
unless you upload a picture of your password file that you
Right.
shouldn't fucking
But
have.
that's just Darwinism at work, right
Be
there. That's
better at computers,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Be
Well,
better.
that's why
Be better.
I almost agree with the if you're a government employee, you probably shouldn't have TikTok because
yeah.
you don't know
No.
what you're like recording behind you. You might be recording something that you're not supposed to.
Oh, I'm
I mean,
So
if you're a
I'm
normal person,
kind of on board with that.
I'm sure
I'm
like
on board with that.
like David
Yeah.
Montgomery. Hey, call
Hey.
back.
oh yeah, right. Yeah, the plate.
Wait, no, that was Gibbs. That was Jameer Gibbs.
That was
right?
Gibbs, yeah.
He's like, oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
I didn't realize all the plays that we were about to use next week were right behind me.
The youngins be youngin, right?
Dumbass.
Yeah. Didn't matter. They won anyway, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they're just that good.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
I don't know. I think it's stupid. It's
Yep.
really stupid, and
Agreed.
I think that the fact that we're talking about it is stupid. I think the fact that it's news is
You're
stupid.
the one that brought it up.
No, but John's making a
It's
point though. It's like,
Big.
why is this such a big
fucking
deal? That's John's
news.
question.
It's
Yeah.
a billion-dollar industry that America's just like Chinese.
Right.
Gotta shut it off.
Meanwhile,
Like,
they're trying to
when is it
undo
Communist.
all of this
when-
is a fucking misdirection because of they're trying to like undo the cap on insulin. They're trying to like undo everything
Like,
else, all the stuff that
when
actually will affect us negatively. But
when
guess what?
has
Everyone's headlines are
biggest
filled with
melting-
TikTok getting banned.
the biggest melting pot? Like, we're a melting pot, right? Like, that's our whole thing. When did we become fucking Zionists? And Trump isn't even here yet.
Doesn't matter.
You know what it is? Again, I said it before. The government's not getting their cut. When did pot finally become legal? When the government realized that they could get a piece of it.
I mean, that's when the state of New York was okay with sports betting. Was they're like, oh, we can tax this.
Well, New York loves taxing shit.
They do.
We love taxing
Everyone in
shit.
the government loves.
But hey,
taxing
you know
shit.
what? New York is one of the few states that gives the U.S. government more than it takes. So there's that.
Yay.
I guess.
Well, in
It's a
classic,
small-
if these balls
doesn't really
could
help
talk
us.
style, and we
Right.
are out of time.
Yeah, that doesn't help us.
Did you see
but-
that New York senator who was like, "Well, why don't we just join Canada? Because they would be really sad if we left."
Well, apparently we're going to take it over anyway. So,
Right.
so-
And Greenland.
in Greenland, joke's on you. It's a giant fucking thing of ice.
Yep. Well,
It's not green at all.
Yeah.
buy some ice skates.
Oh, they fooled me.
Time.
Yes.
All right. Pete.
Time.
Pete, this one goes out to you. Hopefully, don't mess this up. Ready?
Okay.
Believe it or not, it's time for next topic. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? It's the next topic from me.
Yes.
That used to be Pete and Mark's answering machine message.
Yeah,
Just
Mark.
FYI.
Yeah, Mark and I were roommates, and that was our answering machine for message.
That's awesome.
We totally pulled a Seinfeld and used Greatest American Hero as our answering machine. Back when we had a cassette tape answering
I
machine.
really wanted you guys to sing it together.
I didn't know what Mark was going to do with the words, though. So I
no,
wanted-
we didn't sing that one together last time. Like on our answering machine.
You just gotta
We did?
embrace it.
It's fine.
Embrace
No, we
it.
didn't. We did Vertigo.
Oh yeah, U2 Vertigo. That was my favorite.
All right.
Anyway,
Sing me. Come on, Mark. Question.
So it has been well documented that I am a Celtics fan. In fact, I'm going to the game tomorrow night against the Magic.
nice.
Hopefully they don't lose. Their recent level of effort has been lackluster.
It's been low.
In fact, after starting
Been low.
21-5, they are a 500 team in the last 14 games, including losing to the Raptors last night.
As aforementioned.
But they're still champions until someone usurps their
I
throne.
love that soundboard noise.
And they even though they certainly do look has the same hungry team as it did last year. So with a champion kickballer being on the show tonight, I'd like to ask everyone's opinion, but mostly D-Lou's. What should champions do to remain hungry so they can repeat the title?
Ooh. Questions. Just gotta be focused, Just gotta keep grinding, keep doing everything right. And getting that one day, that Saturday where you just play all day. And
Do they need? But are they
This
kind of
is
resting
one
on the
thing-
laurels too much? Like, what's going on? Like, why are they not
This is
putting the
one
effort?
thing I
they're just
don't.
being
I don't
lackadaisical. I mean,
Yeah. They're taking everything for granted. This is one thing I didn't really like. They pretty much brought over the same team as last year.
Yeah.
I think there needed to be some changes. Not a huge, because obviously they won them, but there should have been some, and I think they need to make some moves during the trade deadline in order to shake things up. Now, D-Lou, as much as you know, is NBK, which Natural Born Kickers, that's the name of his kickball team. Are you guys pretty much gonna have the same roster, or are you making some tweaks here and there?
I'm not 100% sure, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm not the GM, I'm just here to play the game,
Just here so I don't get fined.
Just here
Yeah,
so I don't
right.
get fined, pay me, you just put on a good show. So I'm not exactly sure, but I'm sure there's always change. So
Mhm.
we'll go from there.
Is there something that you would like the team have a little bit more of? Like, do you think there needs to be faster people? Do you think there needs to be more power kickers? What do you think?
Power kickers, fast.
Yeah.
Speed is always good in kickball. People can catch.
That's always a plus, right?
That helps. Yeah.
I mess up as much as anyone else, but yeah, just all around.
At what point did you guys like really think, oh shit, we can win this playoff?
Probably after the second game in, when we heard PFK lost, we were
Yeah.
like, okay, we have a good shot. And we
So guys, PFK is the team that wins it like every single year. They're PFK is Pawtucket Fried Kickin'.
That's a great name. I love that.
But they win it every single year, and they lost in the quarterfinals, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So they lost. They lost pretty early in the playoffs as well. So there was an opening, and D-Lou and
Luckily, our
NBK
team, got it.
Nice.
You filled that shit.
Kickball champions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeet.
Thank you.
Did you take any fun pictures with the trophy?
Couple. Yeah.
I haven't gotten my trophy yet. Hey, Rick.
But didn't he have to rebuild it? Didn't it get destroyed last season due to bad shipping?
It did get destroyed. We are ordering a new one.
Yeah, fantasy football. Fantasy. There was a big pot in that league too.
But Dynasty Fantasy,
14
so it matters.
team Dynasty league that has been going on for 20 years. Yeah.
Oh wow,
it's a big one.
You guys have Lombardi?
It was big. It will be reborn big.
Yes.
Like a Stanley Cup.
That's what I was saying. I was like, can you add like layers to it? And yes, you can.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
So it's become a cliche. Like repeating, going back to back is hard. That's like the Chiefs are the first team that has done it since the Patriots. There hasn't been a repeat champion in the NBA since the Warriors.
Well, I mean, it's incredibly hard in arena sports.
I believe the last repeat
arena playoffs. I mean, I know the NFL playoffs is hard, but arena playoffs are a fucking grind.
Yep.
Like NHL playoffs, NBA,
right? When you have
NBA
series
playoffs,
like that,
when you have to play 7 games against every fucking team,
it's a battle of attrition. Like you said, with the Knicks, they just ran out of gas. Like
the only reason they don't do it in football is because they'll fucking die.
Well, yeah, of course.
Could you imagine?
I mean, I don't know.
Series of football.
Jesus,
the season would go to like September.
You'd be down to practice squad players by the end of that.
They would die.
Oh my god!
I think the hard part, and in the NBA specifically, is it is a really hard game. It's a hard game. It's really hard on the players. I mean, you think about the fact that the starting lineup on the Boston Celtics is so incredibly good. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, probably the two. No, but like think about it. Let's just think about it functionally. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, probably the two of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Does it take like
Yes.
But like, okay, what do you think it would take then to kind of reignite the team's? Is it an interest thing? Like, what is it? Yeah, but like change in what way? Like offensive like team philosophy.
I know Mark
or
likes
roster
to talk
change?
about the. I like them. I know that Mark likes to talk about the Knicks' depth, but I don't think that the Celtics have a lot of depth.
Celtics have a lot of depth.
All right, but if they're bored, then like what do you?
Peyton Pritchard has become probably the 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
I believe he's averaging between 15 and 20 points a game off the bench.
He's great, definitely great off the bench.
Do you challenge that team though with like a new scheme, something different that makes them have to pay attention?
Listen, they live and die by the 3. I don't think you're going to be able to change.
I mean, here's the thing about the Celtics: they're actually coached very well. I don't understand how they're losing. They're losing, but I don't understand how.
It's just a little bump in the road. I mean, it's for the All-Star game. It's just a little bump.
Maybe it's
But they've been playing like this since last month.
Yeah.
5 it's a little
or 7-7 in the last 14 games. Yeah. And they've lost to teams that they shouldn't have lost to. They lost to the fucking Raptors. Okay?
We didn't lose to the Raptors.
You did. The Knicks did not lose to the Raptors. In fact, we said last episode, everybody beats the Raptors. Well, apparently the Celtics can't.
Didn't the Raptors? I'm sure it's a completely different situation now, but how many years has it been since the Raptors won? Didn't they win the whole thing a couple years ago?
They did. Kawhi Leonard was on the team at the time. I want to say it was 5 years.
He's like the journeyman of the NBA.
Yeah.
He always switched. He always switches teams to whoever's got the hot hand.
No. He's only been on 3 teams.
2019.
2019, that was close.
He was on the Golden State Warriors for a while, right?
He was on He was on the Spurs for a while.
Oh, okay. I'm mixing it up with somebody else then.
He got out of sync with Greg Popovich, and they traded him to Toronto for 1 season, and that's the 1 year that they won the title.
Okay.
Yeah, they were stacked.
And Toronto is very appreciative of Kawhi Leonard for that.
Oh yeah.
And he's been on the Clippers ever since, but he hasn't really been on the Clippers because he barely played for them.
Yep.
You gonna end on that?
I guess.
Unless you have something cool and witty to say right now. No pressure.
Hey, Mark. You know what time it is?
It's the final topic.
Sing it, Mark.
All right. Well, we have to stay with functional questions that are good for the time. So, Sam Darnold, you almost made it. You almost did.
Oh, no.
The 27-year-old journeyman led Minnesota to a 14-2 record.
27.
He's only 27.
He's Josh Allen's draft class and Lamar's.
Before a Week 18 showdown against the Lions for the top seed in the NFC, there was even talk of him earning a Mayfield-like journeyman contract. Then it began to unravel, first with an 18 for 41 passing performance and a beatdown from the Lions, and then a lifeless performance in the playoffs against the Los Angeles Rams.
Mark with the sound bites.
You guys, what happened? Was Sam Darnold ever good at football, or is it the curse of Daniel Jones?
It's the curse of Daniel Jones completely.
He was seeing ghosts.
End of the
It's not
show.
the curse of Daniel
Good night,
Jones.
everybody.
Oh, man,
I mean,
wait,
I gotta tell you, the timing lines up exactly
Yeah.
like a pin.
So
it also
Steph
lines up with him losing his 2 starting tackles.
yes.
true.
So Steph called this out too. She was like, "Hey,
Tomatoes.
yeah." She was like, "Hey, Pete. Ever since Daniel Jones signed on the Vikings, like they've lost, right?" And I was like, "You're right. They've gotten really bad as
There
soon as
is
he
talk.
joined that team."
Okay,
Really
so
good
shout out
teams,
to
too.
Steph for that. She called it too.
There is talk, by the way, of Sam Darnold in those 2 games costing himself tens of millions of dollars.
Oh
already.
yeah.
So-
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
was probably a $30 million quarterback
Yep.
when they raised them on their shoulders and were cheering for him in the locker room.
Yep.
By the way, why do you do that like on the 15th game of the year and not like the last game of the year?
Yeah, don't do that.
Like a little premature, Vikings. A little premature.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely
So-
right. He could have been. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
A lot of teams.
So
And
now
he
at
could have
thi-
been a huge beta.
Oh
at
yeah.
this point where they fizzled out, they had a great season, but they fizzled out. Does JJ start next year? Does JJ have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Right?
he's not 100% healthy.
But he will
So-
be.
It sounds
this
like
is
he
what I
will
thought
be
the whole
right.
season.
This is what I think the
This is
Vikings
redshirt
should do,
year
and I
for
think
him.
Sam Darnold should do. I think Sam Darnold should sign a 1-year deal with the Vikings to be probably their backup again.
To
Like,
JJ.
I think to JJ because he knows the offense. He's comfortable with the offense. Listen, you have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison on your team.
Yep.
What other team has 2 stellar wide receivers?
It's very
that
good.
Need
Yeah,
a quarterback.
Right. There are not many.
You throw
If
it in their
any.
general direction,
They're
Sure.
going to catch it.
just like up.
That's why
Just
Sam
like
Darnold's a good
there.
quarterback, because he had the time. He had his 2 starting tackles that were essentially they were the Great Wall of China, and they were not letting anything by him.
I was gonna say, right,
So he
you
had
have a good
all
old line
day
and
to
2
throw.
great receivers, and you're
All day to
set.
throw.
And he had a good run game. Aaron Jones is really good. I know he's a free
Yeah.
agent, but
He had a
No,
great
he's
year.
still. You're right. We were talking about. Hey, add that to the list of like players that you think have aged out that are. Oh no, they're still good.
But
Like,
he
Aaron Jones has been around a
became
while.
vulnerable. He lost
Well.
the starting left tackle, and then I don't remember which game exactly it was. He's lost his starting right tackle. So now that wall's a little bit vulnerable.
Mm.
It's a little bit leaky.
That's been the
And
one crux
that's
of
when he
Sam
gets
Darnold, though.
sacked.
Yeah, and I mean, do you guys blame the Jets for
He's
this?
seeing ghosts.
I do. He
Remember that
said
game?
so.
He was mic'd up and he
Yep.
said, "I'm seeing ghosts."
Yep, he said as
Yep.
much. He admitted it himself. The Jets ruined him,
oh yeah.
and it sucks.
But
I
You
don't think
guys
he
remember
just ruined him. I
Darnold
just don't
went
think he was that good of a quarterback.
was
Okay.
he ever good?
He was good in
Back to
college.
the original
the potential.
question.
The potential was there.
He was good in
Guys,
college.
the
He had
2018
USC,
draft, right?
USC.
Number 1 overall went to Mayfield. Number 3 went to Sam Darnold.
Oh.
Josh Allen was the third quarterback in that group to get picked, and Lamar, that was a freaking crime against humanity that he got picked at the end of the first round. I wanted.
Nobody paid attention to Louisville. That's where.
Dude, I was okay. I admit I was pissed when they picked Josh Allen because I was like, "You picked the wrong Josh." I'm glad I was wrong. Josh Allen is great, but I was saying like, okay, fine. If you're gonna pick Allen, that's a big risk.
Wait, you wanted Josh Rosen?
No, originally yes. I'm so glad I was super wrong on that.
Ooh.
Okay, well now you can say that. Could you say that back in 2018?
Yes.
Really?
Where did you go to college?
Josh Rosen or Josh Allen?
Rosen. Was it Cal?
I forget.
It was some West.
But he had a hot
school.
tub in
I
his
think it
dorm
was
room.
Cal.
Does
That's
Josh
pretty freaking
Rosen
cool.
sell cars now?
Probably.
I think so.
Okay,
He's
but
definitely not in the NFL.
what I'm getting at though, at least for this, is that
coaching?
I wanted the Bills to get
Is he
Lamar
coaching
as
high
well. I was
school?
like, can you imagine that? I was like, dude, the Bills need to draft Lamar as well to have an insurance policy. Get 2 quarterbacks out of this draft and see which one figures it out. Could you imagine if that had happened if Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson were on the same fucking team?
Teams don't do that.
They should have.
2 first-round
Why?
quarterbacks?
I don't
No,
know,
thank
just
you.
to make sure. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It all worked out.
No, if you do
It-
that, then you're losing out on some probably wide receiver that you.
Dude, okay, do you
Or
know who they
tackle.
picked? They picked a middle linebacker that is no longer on the team with that second first round pick that the Bills had in that draft class. They could have picked Lamar. They had the pick before he was picked.
I don't know. That seems like a headache. The old saying in the NFL: if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none.
Tell that to the 1999 Bills who had Doug Flutie and the other
And how
guy.
many Super Bowls did they win that year, Pete?
So
they
because
won
I
a
really,
playoff game.
because we're almost out of time, and
They
I
should have
really
won.
like
They should have won too because the Titans did a forward lateral that was not counted. as
Listen,
such.
because I really like to talk about it, and we're
Anyway.
out of time, and we've talked this issue to death.
They didn't win the Super Bowl either.
How does pick 1, 2, and 3 go in
they
25?
got there.
Oh, that's a great question.
Who has it? Tennessee.
That's a great question.
Tennessee,
I mean, Tennessee
Brown,
needs a quarterback.
Cleveland, and the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, Levitz is not
So,
good, so it's going to be a
Tennessee
quarterback.
Probably
Will
Cam
Levis-
Ward,
Will
Shedeur
Levis-
Sanders.
Will Levis
and-
really likes mayonnaise, so he's not going to play anymore.
That's why he's not good.
Yeah. that's
Never
the
mind.
reason.
Never mind the stats.
And his
Mayo Bowl.
girlfriend left him because he was drafted in the 2nd round.
Oh, wow.
That also happened.
That's pretty bad.
Deshaun Watson is garbage fire, and Cleveland needs a new
Got
quarterback
hurt again.
desperately.
Deshaun Watson got hurt again.
I don't know how you
Dude,
Tore his
say
Achilles again.
How bad does
I don't know how
Cleveland
you
look
do
for committing to Deshaun Watson in the first place? For just
Desperately.
You
knowing
had
that
Baker
he's
Mayfield.
And all
Yeah.
the New York Giants
I
want
don't
is
get
a
it.
new
Joe
quarterback.
Flacco. They need to bring back Joe Flacco.
sure.
Bring back Joe Flacco. No, but really though, what happens? So pick 1 is probably Cam Ward. I think that's
Yep.
universal.
Yeah.
That feels
Cam Ward,
right.
Shedeur
Most likely,
Sanders,
yeah.
and then Travis Hunter.
Do you
I
think
that's how
Sanders
the top
goes
3 is
2
going.
though? Because
I think
maybe
so.
the Browns are
I
idiots.
don't think he's number 2. I think he does go number 2 though.
Maybe the Browns are idiots and they think they're fine with Deshaun Watson.
Mm-mm.
and James
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
money
no.
they're paying him, yeah.
No,
he's
they're-
not playing next season. He's hurt again.
Yeah.
So they pick a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think they
They
pick
need a quarterback.
Shatter.
They have to.
They have to.
So Sanders.
So
it is.
here, I've said it to you guys.
So
over
I
and
know you
over
wanted
again, but
Sanders for the Giants, right?
I did, but I have a new opinion.
Okay.
Oh, don't say Hunter.
No, I don't. I don't want. Derek, and I said it last week on the show. I will flip a fucking table if they pick Travis Hunter.
They have neighbors. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Cornerback.
Now, here's the
no,
thing.
No, he's a quarterback.
So, New York Football Giant great Eli Manning went to a college, Ole Miss. Ole Miss, pretty good college. So the current Ole Miss quarterback, his name is Jackson Dart. Cool ass name.
Dart. I like it.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. And Jackson Dart is projected to have a Jaden Daniels style rise in the 2025 draft, to have a very good season. He's now had 3 years of quarterbacking in Ole Miss. He passed Eli Manning's Ole Miss records. Eli Manning actually pointed that out. So I expect the Giants to draft Jackson Dart in the first round.
Draft Eli Manning.
Yes, Eli Manning. Eli Manning.
Hey, that worked out. You got a couple Super Bowls out of that.
I expect them to draft Jackson Dart in the first round. That is my new call.
So you're not.
about
Whoa,
the
whoa,
Pats?
whoa, 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 whoa!
Are you not in for the
first
arc for
round?
Arch anymore?
And no, well,
As
okay, so
coined
here's
by
the
me
thing.
in an earlier episode.
It depends on the season that Jackson Dart has, because Jackson Dart currently unknown. Maybe they draft a 2025 version of Joe Alt and they get Jackson Dart in the second round, but I don't think that'll happen because I think Dart's going to have a good year.
Quinn Ewers has declared himself for the NFL draft as well.
Yep.
But it'll make Arch cry, and I don't want to make.
Is that another quarterback?
He is the starting quarterback for Texas. Who Arch Manning has been behind his entire collegiate career.
Listen, I don't want to make Arch cry. That'll be sad.
No, but that gives
if Arch Manning was any good, why was he behind someone?
Because he's a freshman.
Collegiate career and
sophomore. He's a sophomore.
Using the transfer portal. He's a redshirt sophomore.
Huh? I don't know. Maybe he just likes Texas and Matthew McConaughey.
All
right.
There it is.
Yeah,
Finish it, Mark.
Lincoln.
So that has been our topics. Please join us next week as my cousin Matt Medeiros will join us again. In the meantime, you can catch up on old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
Ticka.
We'd like to thank our guests for joining us this week. Thank you, D-Lou.
Thanks, Derek.
You're awesome.
You can follow or like us on our socials at @iftheseballspod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and now Blue Sky. Our website is www.iftheseballscould-talk-pod.com. This is Mark Pesci, and for my partner John Campania and producer Pete Steffen, that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Get it.
Yeet.
If these balls